Hey guys, in this video we're going to take a look at how to draw the female face, or at least how I do it, because there's a number of ways you can go about doing it, but today we'll explore the technique that I use, which works really well with my style of drawing. Now this method makes constructing a face really easy and eliminates the guesswork when it comes to correctly placing or accurately proportioning elements on the face. Now we start by drawing a circle as accurately as we can. Now you'll notice that I'm doing a circle with about 6 lines in width and height. Now it doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but you should practice this to get it as accurately as you can. So now I'm doing 2 lines down. This is where the chin will be. And from the outer left side and right side of the circle I join it to this point. This serves as the jawline and the cheeks. Then I draw a line straight down the middle. Then I mark a straight line across the middle of the face or the whole head. Then by using this as a guide, I then draw small circles in between the edge and the center of the face to mark out the placement of the eyes. This will eventually be the iris, but will serve as a placeholder for now. Now I'll probably create another video showing you how to draw the eyes properly, because there's a lot of details in the eyes. In fact, it's probably one of the most important elements on the face. But follow along for now so you get an idea of roughly how it's constructed. Now the bottom of the circle here is where I mark the nose, so I'll draw in the nostrils while I start erasing some of the guides. And in between the nose and the chin is where, well, I usually eyeball this, but it's usually where the lower lip sits. Now to work out the width of the mouth or the lips, it's about the same width as the eyes or the space in between the eyes. Of course, this will vary depending on your character, but this is the measurement that I use when I'm drawing a female face. Whenever I draw a male character, I might go just a little bit wider. So now I'm just tidying things up, rubbing out all the guidelines as I go, drawing in some details around the nose and nostrils. You don't want to go too heavy on the nostrils, it just doesn't look right. Now with the eyes, I'm drawing in the top eyelid and on just a little bit above that is the eyebrows. The way I work out where the placement of the eyebrows is, I usually imagine the eye sockets of the skull, and using the shape of the eyes I follow a similar kind of shape. It goes along those eye sockets, or just a little bit above that. So here you'll notice I'm rubbing out the guidelines for the cheeks, and I'm adding a little bit of shape to it as it joins the chin. Now with the ears, it sits in between the top or mid section of the eyes to the nose. And usually when I'm drawing a female character, I draw the ears a little bit smaller than I usually would with compared to a male character. Again, I'm probably going to do another video outlining the details of the ears, but for now we'll just draw it in there roughly. So now I'm going over all the finer details of the eyes, showing highlights and then suggesting eyelashes by thickening the the outlines on the top lid. Notice the eyebrows sits roughly about an eye height above the eyes. This isn't always the case, of course. It just depends on the character's expression. Sometimes I place it directly just above the eyes and it still works. Now as I'm going over refining the outlines and doing a little bit of shading, I'm also spotting for errors and correcting them as I go. Another problem beginner artists usually have, as not so obvious, is the placement and the thickness of the neck. All you really have to do is imagine a straight line going straight down from the middle of the eyeball or iris, and that marks the width of your neck. So once you know this, it's pretty simple and you'll get it right all the time. When it comes to working out the placement of the hairline, just imagine these guidelines, starting from the chin to the nose, then from the nose to the brow line, and then the brow line to the hairline. They're all the same distance. We're not going to get into the details with regards to drawing hair or how to draw hair. It's something that I'm actually learning for myself. But usually what I do is collect some reference images or photos and use that as a starting point or copy from it. Now as you become more and more familiar with the layout of the face, there's a few things that you should keep in mind, and one of them is that proportion is everything. Now you could draw the best looking eyes, the best nose, but if it's not in the right place or the right size in relation to the other elements of the face, something about it will just not look right. In saying that, every face is different, so you got to understand this, that depending on your character, that you'll be flexible enough to make the necessary adjustments to the measurements in order to create the look you're trying to achieve. Over time, everybody's going to develop their own style, but just use this as a starting point to fine-tune your own style and further develop your technique. With that said, I'm just going to let this video time lapse as I make the final adjustments to the drawing, and I'll see you at the end. I like everything about you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you learned something as well. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye for now.